I'm Jesus Christ, and you're listening to Underworld News Tonight.
Andrew, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, especially it's the holiday season.
It is.
Happy
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. I believe it's the same day as Christmas.
It is. It starts on Christmas, yeah.
It's time for celebration. The perfect end of the perfect year. But unfortunately, there is some bad news I saw. Party City. They're
closing down. I saw that. I saw that they're closing Party City. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm probably one of the last Party City customers. I bought clown makeup from Party City around Halloween because there's a soon-to-be closed Party City right by me.
City.
I
think maybe 15 years ago, I went into a Party City thinking you could buy liquor there. Was sorely disappointed.
That's I guess that's too late. I was gonna say in the 80s you probably could. So anyway, that's our opening riff this week is brick and mortar birthday party supply stores closing.
Right. Yeah, right. Which is it's really going to be a devastating impact on our listeners who happen to be middle school teachers.
It's going to be brutal. It's going to be fucking...
I don't know.
Where are they going to go now?
Exactly. Or where are people going to get their plastic cups, paper plates, and napkins that say "Lordy, Lordy, look who's 40"?
Isn't that more like a? You can get those at Target.
I don't fucking know. I don't buy that.
Well, you're too old. You're 50.
That's right. Yeah. Nobody got, and I don't know what they say when you're 50. Just says Jesus fucking Christ.
Speaking of which, I do want to, of course, wish all of our listeners a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a happy Kwanzaa. If it's all right, I'd like to play a little something that I think is going to remind Jason of his Christmases growing up. Let me just go ahead and put it on, and I'll start telling a little Christmas tale to warm us into this holiday season before we start on the stories.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to this.
I got to get it loaded up, Jason. I know the suspense is killing you. It's killing me too.
It is. I know.
All right, let's go.
There. All right.
The year was 1921. It was the best Christmas of young Jason Strong's life. He remembered throwing rocks at women riding bicycles for showing too much knee. But little did he learn that he was about to learn the true reason for the season. And no, it wasn't getting the hottest new toy on the block, a single nutcracker unpainted. It was about the birth of a young man. Maybe you've heard of him. He was a carpenter, Jesus Christ. Part 2 of the story that I'm not making up as I go. Jason and his buddies were all at the soda fountain. It was Jason, Clarence, Darrence, Clarence, Flarence, and Chet, and other Jason. There weren't that many names back then.
There weren't, no.
They were, of course, all drinking a malted milk, which wasn't actually like a malted milkshake at the time. This is all relevant to the story. A malted milk was just a glass of expired milk.
Expired milk, that's right, yeah.
Now,
the chunkier, the better.
Now, Jason's childhood had, of course, been ruined by the Dust Bowl. His eyes still hurt to this day. But, as much as that had affected his childhood, he was filled with holiday joy because he was looking for the ultimate gift, a single unpainted nutcracker.
That's right.
Now, you might ask why Jason, a 47-year-old man, still believed in Santa Claus and wanted that gift so bad. Number one, some shrapnel hit his helmet weird during the Great War, so it kind of, he was a bit stunted. And then number two, a lot of people don't know this about the original Nutcracker, but if you put warm butter in the mouth and slide it in just right.
Yeah. It'll crack some nuts.
It'll crack some nuts. It's only a cracker if you're not delicate.
That's right.
Now, he was on his way at the Nutcracker, and who did he see? A homeless man. And the homeless man said, "Excuse me, sir, could I have 25 cents? And you said, 25 cents? You could buy a house with that money. Do I look like a millionaire?" Little do we know he was a millionaire, because Jason at the time was the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. This was before the Black Tuesday incident where a bunch of bankers lost their jobs. So he was a fat cat and whose eyes hurt from the Dust Bowl, but he was a fat cat. And he said to this homeless man, "Why don't you buzz off and get a job, you mook?" And the homeless man said, "Just for that, I curse you. I'm going to cause the Great Depression, and I'm going to make you host a podcast."
Yep.
Then you said, "You can't do that. Who are you?" And then he said, "My name is Jesus Christ."
Yep.
The end. What a good story.
Yeah.
I didn't make that shit up as I was going along at all.
No, I can really tell you were paying attention when we talk.
Yeah.
We talk about our life story. Somehow was involved in the Dust Bowl and World War One.
Yeah, because you were
which feel like they were a few decades apart.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had.
Well, I guess not.
So you were in World War One, then the Dust Bowl. Now you're a rich banker in because I think the bankers the Dust Bowl was right before the Great Depression, right? Or was it after?
Yeah.
Did it start before or after?
Like it was before, because it's like fed into it, didn't it?
Yeah, but it could have started after and fed into it.
The...
They could have been like, "This is a good depression," and then the Dust Bowl happened, and they're like, "Oh, this is a Great Depression. Fuck."
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
It's gonna be right. We could live with pretty good, but once it hits great, yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. Can I say something else about the holidays, by the way?
I wish you would.
I fucking hate in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know if I've ever said this on the show. I might have said it last year. That song starts with like, fucking Dasher and Donner and Blitzen and Donna and whoever the fuck. Who the fuck are these goddamn reindeer that I'm supposed to just know? How? They don't have fucking songs.
Right, I only know them through the Rudolph song.
Fucking glup shitto ass reindeer.
Or is it in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, like the poem?
Does he say?
Because that would predate the
on Donner. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, he does yell at his reindeer at one point.
Right. Rises with a clatter or whatever. I don't know.
You think when Mrs. Claus is away, Santa ever fucks a sexy elf intern?
Almost certainly.
Like, I mean, he has. I don't think he does anymore, because I think like now he's like, okay, the culture's
they're working on it.
Yeah. Right. Maybe I don't know if he necessarily thinks he was wrong to do it in the past. I think he's just like, the culture's changed. I don't want to get canceled.
Right.
I'm sure he's railed an elf intern.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Stressful job.
No, absolutely. Where do you speculate Mrs. Claus is getting off to, though? You don't hear much about her, really.
That's true. Honestly, I think they have an arrangement, and I think she goes off with whoever she wants every couple of months. Yeah, because they've been married for centuries. Got to keep it interesting.
You got to exactly, yeah. And and as long as they both consent, like
exactly.
God bless them. Again. Maybe not so sure how the elves felt about that.
They didn't love having to watch, but it's because all the ice is clear.
Right. But I think Santa's turning it around. I think he's getting it. He's doing the work. He's taking a hard look at himself and maybe owning up to some bad decisions he made.
We could have him on the show and ask him
in the past.
We could give him a call.
Yeah, we probably could.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now.
Oh, shit. All right.
I'll have to ask the questions. He'll not be able to hear you.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and do that.
And Santa's been pulling that bullshit my whole life. when I was a wee lad at the at at the Dayton Mall, waiting in line to see Santa, he always pretended like he couldn't hear me.
No, that's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, and I'm Jewish, but I think that's because he knows I'm the one calling the shots. All right, this is the character AI Santa Claus made by Yuri22 official. Let's give him a call.
Sure. All right.
Hey Santa, this is Andrew Michaels from the hit podcast Underworld News Tonight, number 12 in Algeria. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad, man, not bad. You're doing well for yourself with that podcast of yours, eh?
Oh, yeah, no, we're doing fucking great. It is an absolute hit. If you don't mind, we have a couple of questions about your work as Santa Claus and maybe some recent controversies that have come up.
Controversy? About me? Now that's something I don't see every day. Go ahead, shoot your questions at me.
All right, I wanna, this is an allegation made by Pringle the Elf. I'm sorry, Pringle the Elf, who wrote, he asked me and 3 other elves to make love to his wife while we were watching. Honestly, that was fine if he didn't make us use his homemade gingerbread condom. I didn't know men could get yeast infections. Now, is this allegation true, or are you gonna refute that?
Oh my goodness, the allegations are not true. Pringle has always been a bit eccentric, and his love for experimental baking has led him down strange paths. Let me assure you, nothing untoward happens at the North Pole.
So there's... Man. I'm sorry, Jason, did you want to ask something?
Oh, no, I'm just very...
Go ahead, Jason.
I was not expecting that voice out of Santa. That's, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but...
Santa, he says he wasn't expecting you to sound like that, but that's not the most important thing. Now, you're saying that Pringle is essentially making it up, that he's a bit crazy. Now, he sent in some pictures of a room that he's alleging is called the Great North Pole Bake-Off Room. I'm going to take a look here. We have some pictures of some plus-size women's lingerie. We have some pictures of some gingerbread dough and a lot of what looks like, I'm not going to lie, Santa, glittery semen. Now, he's alleging these pictures were taken directly on site at the North Pole, and the metadata on the pictures does seem to line up with that. Thoughts?
Oh my, those pictures must be fakes, planted evidence by Pringle. I mean, gingerbread dough and glittery semen? It's all too outrageous to be true.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm not entirely convinced, because anybody could just look at something and say it's fake, right?
Of course, you should be skeptical, and rightfully so. But trust me, nothing this absurd is occurring at the North Pole, not under my watch. I'm known for spreading joy, not yeast infections.
So...
Oh, Santa.
Something wrong there, buddy?
Santa, no, it's all right. Do you have... Pringle has said he's going to file a lawsuit. Do you have any thoughts on that?
A lawsuit, you say? Well, that's certainly an escalation. But rest assured the North Pole will defend itself against any baseless claims. We're a community dedicated to spreading joy and holiday cheer, not getting tangled in frivolous lawsuits.
All right. Well, final question, and then I'll let you go. And I don't mean for this to be a bombshell, but we recently got this picture from you and Mrs. Claus's wedding. We're going to flash it on the screen. Here's you. Here's Mrs. Claus. And then to the left and to the right, we have one Sean Puff Daddy Combs and one Jared Sandwich Daddy Fogel. Now, obviously, I don't need to go over the allegations against these two since then, but I mean, this would indicate a very close friendship, correct?
I can see your confusion, but there's a very simple explanation. You see, celebrities often receive honorary invites to various North Pole events, including our weddings. Sean and Jared were both recipients of such invitations. It was a matter of formality and goodwill. Any friendship portrayed in those pictures is purely superficial.
All right. Well, I guess we'll let you guys be the judge. Thank you so much, Santa.
Yeah, thanks, Santa.
My pleasure, Andrew. And do tell Pringle to stop spreading such outrageous tales about me. It's not very jolly, you know.
No.
No,
it
oh
isn't.
My God.
Oh, wow. All right. I wasn't expecting that, but honestly, his answer about the wedding photos, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say something like quite so sensible.
Honestly,
You know what I mean? Like
valid
okay,
point. Not an invalid point.
yeah,
Is the thing.
right. It's a celebrity. I'm sure celebrities bump into each other all the time. Or even invite each other places and without probably really knowing each other. Or
No, I mean that happened.
doesn't
It depends
imply
on where a
anything,
picture
but-
is taken, though, because there are pictures at industry events, and then there are
Oh, of
pictures at
course.
like
Right.
they're like a wedding
the after
generally
party
is
or-
like you're probably friends with a person, right? Versus like
I
just a
would think
picture at
so,
an
yeah.
industry event. Anyway, this is not a show about sexual harassment committed or not
No.
committed by AI Santa Claus. Who sounds? How would you describe that voice?
Yeah, it was a little more like Viking or heavy metal, I guess, than I was expecting.
I
kind of deeper.
Metal. It was a lot like it felt like the Bikini Bottom newscaster voice in SpongeBob.
Yeah.
When the news comes on and there's a talking fish head, there's
Mhm.
like a big mouth Billy Bass that does the news.
Right. Right. Yeah, it does kind of. Now that you bring that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, could be. Who knows?
Could be. But that's not what we do on this show. This is
You're
Underworld
right.
News Tonight, where we bring you the weird, wacky, and wild news of the week. I'm Andrew Michaels. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, number one creator of Whoville erotica sold at Denver Christmas markets, Jason Strong.
Yeah, that shit flies off the shelf.
It sells itself.
You have
It absolutely
no idea.
sells
It really
itself.
does. Really does. Yeah.
Anyway, I know we got a few stories for you. Well, I mute and tell my dog to shut up. Do you want to get started on the first one?
Yeah. First story comes to us from Breaking News. Breaking News, Ireland's premier breaking news app.
All right.
They're high court reporters. Headline: Mother claims council moved her to house where objects fly due to, quote, paranormal activity. I think, and you're going to see that they've sort of buried the lead on this story.
You know what?
We'll get into it.
Is it the Jedi Council? Because the Force does that.
No, I actually did look this up because there's going to be references to a council home. This is public housing.
Oh, okay.
In Ireland, like it's their council homes.
Ireland. So my understanding of Ireland in the EU is they're a lot like us in that they're very like deregulated. I don't think they have universal health care either.
Honestly, I don't know in that detail, but I think broadly you're correct, but yeah, I can't speak to healthcare one way or the other.
All right. Well, that's a shame because the next section was us giving medical advice.
Right.
Top 5 vaccines not to get. Number 1, polio. Who needs it?
Oh yeah, no, fuck that one. Yeah. Number 2, tetanus.
Tetanus, nah.
Like, because they keep trying to give it to you every time you show up with like a cut in the ER.
Yeah.
Which for some of us is quite often. They try to foist another one on you. And, it's just big pharma.
You do get more hammered when you give yourself paper cuts throughout the night.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
right.
that.
If you've lost some blood,
the key is you have to lean over so all the
easier.
alcohol goes to the right side of your body and then get the paper cuts on the left side of your body.
Right.
Science.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A mother has told the High Court that the council home she had been transferred to has made her fear for the safety of her 5 young children due to, quote, paranormal activity that has caused tables and chairs to move and objects to be flown around.
Why is that always what ghosts are doing? Just throwing shit around.
Right. I don't know. That's a good question. Like,
Yeah.
as opposed to...
Did
'cause
they want to live in a
presumably-
house with a bunch of, like, broken vases?
Maybe. I don't know. And presumably, if they can move, like, a chair or a dish, they could punch a person.
Mm.
You know, like, they could push...
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm
if
saying.
they're really pissed, yeah. Right. I don't know. The High Court action was taken by Thomas and Louise Stokes with an address listed at Mount Temple, Carrick, on Shannon, County Leitrim, claiming that the family could not stay at that address due to concerns for their children's health arising from mold problems.
All right,
And
yeah,
mold,
that'll do it.
It's
That
the
this
UK
is all
spelling,
coming
so there's
together,
a
huh?
string issue. Yeah. However, Ms. Stokes told Mr. Justice Garrett Simons, on Friday that new property the family has been moved into has caused her to be fearful for her children due to, quote, paranormal activity.
Oh, okay, so it's not that there's mold in the new house and it's making them trip balls.
Right. It's that they got moved to the new one because of mold, and now instead of mold, they have paranormal activity.
You know how? All right, this business idea that I just had. You know how
Okay.
people get a lot of mold and it makes them like hallucinate and also get dumber and also just generally harms their mental and respiratory health.
Right.
But you know
like
how
the grades.
sometimes that's like kind of fun though.
Well, a lot of us sort of take do things deliberately.
Exactly. So
to
what
achieve
if
those effects.
instead of like buying drugs, there's a hotel where the advertising point is there is mold. So it's like you stay for a week, you're going to be tripping a bit when you leave. And that'll last the flight home.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I can't see any downsides.
No, I think it's honestly
Something
pretty
like that.
baller.
Yeah. No, what a great idea.
Yeah, thank you.
The Stokes' original complaint to the High Court was that the local authority did not classify them as homeless, even though it was alleged the mold in the first property was so bad it involved hospital visits, forced the entire family to sleep downstairs rather than in their own rooms. So they're complaining it was terrible. They couldn't live in the original apartment, and maybe they would have been justified in like some sort of upgrade but instead they got put in the paranormal apartment.
That's not good.
Excuse me, council home. No. That's definitely
They
shady,
shouldn't have
right?
a haunted one.
No. Claim against council alleged works were carried out to alleviate the situation by improving ventilation, removing the mold caused by dampness, but the problem returned. The works were insufficient.
It's a very damp
the family
country.
claimed. It is a very and yeah. I was going to say, and a lot of the buildings seem pretty old, but the photo it looks just like any other
Yeah.
sort of municipal. You know, it wouldn't look out of place here in the U.S. The works were insufficient. Even afterwards, the property was not fit for human habitation. Emergency accommodations were needed. I'm going to skip a paragraph. They were placed on a transfer list, offered the new property, which was accepted by the Stokes in October. However, Ms. Stokes told Mr. Justice Simons that since she has moved there, quote, numerous objects in the new house have been, quote, flown from side to side, while doors and a table and chairs were moved, quote, in front of our eyes. She claims that while making food for her children, objects flew out of the cupboard she opened. Do you think this guy's name? Do you think Mr. Justice is the title?
Huh? Yeah, like Mr. It has to be.
It
has to be.
Like the Mr. Men.
Mr. Clean, but he has a
like,
judge wig.
Well, the like children's like Mr. Tickles and Mr.
I don't know what the
Mr.
fuck you're
Grumpy.
There should not be a Mr. Tickles. Absolutely not. No Mr. Tickles.
You don't know the Mr. Men?
I do not know the Mr. Men. No. What the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just told you. It's just it's like real simple. It's a children's book with super.
It's Scott
simple
Pilgrim, but
animation.
instead of the 5 X's, it's the 5 guys that molested him.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, and they're just named after like emotions, and it's fine. It doesn't matter.
So is there a
Um,
Mr. There's a Mr. Tickles. This isn't an emotion, but okay.
I'm just making. I just made that
Mr.
one up. I don't
Horny,
know, like Mr. Angry, Mr. Despair, Mr.
Mis-
Existential Dread.
Mr. Horny, Mr.
Mhm.
Has to take a shit.
Right, but there's nowhere to go.
Mr. Annoyed and guilty because your commute is delayed to a comedy thing, but you think it's because a guy died in
Right.
another subway car.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you got that. You're getting the sense of it. Ms. Stokes said she contacted the previous occupant of the house, who wrote them a letter that the applicant describes as, quote, beyond traumatic. So the people that lived in the haunted apartment also knew that it was a haunted apartment.
Man, you gotta. Honestly, that's fair. What they always write a letter. What do you do with that letter? Like, hey, this place is haunted. Figured we'd tell you after you bought it. Bye.
Right. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, I don't know, because in this case, the letter didn't make any difference. Ms. Stokes claims she brought the letter to the attention of the council, but was laughed at in a meeting.
Damn.
Everyone deserves a home. I never asked for a mansion. I asked for a safe home for my kids. I just want somewhere safe for my kids 5 days before Christmas. No, it is a little sad as far as that goes, but yeah, the Mr. Justice Simons said the claim before him only related to the first property, and that if there were new claims, she would have to be lodged separately with the court.
You know, this
So
is
he doesn't
honestly
care.
this is honestly kind of fun though.
No.
Like for the ghost, this is Home Alone.
Right.
It's Christmas.
Oh yeah.
These people are coming into the house. Like, so for the ghost, it's Home Alone, and for them, it's like it's 5 days before Christmas. But like, you know who else was a ghost at the end of the book? Spoiler alert.
Was it Jesus?
Yes, it was.
Oh wow.
Comes back as a ghost.
You got it right.
Says, "Ooh,
Yeah.
spooky! Look at my spooky hands. They got got a hole in them.
Yeah.
Look at my weird ass SpongeBob hands." It's my favorite line from the Bible.
Yeah, right. It was very prescient.
Yeah, Acts 9:14.
You know, right.
Look at my weird ass SpongeBob hands. And verily,
right.
John said unto him, "What the fuck does that mean?" Jesus said, "Never mind. You don't have SpongeBob yet. We have it in heaven. It's really funny."
Jesus, maybe transmute less water into wine.
Bro, you got what? Guys, want to kill yourselves so we
water.
can all get hammered and play Smash Brothers in heaven? It's my favorite Jesus
so
quote.
Dope. Yeah. But no, here we see, you know, that European bureaucracy that, you know, that which she filed was only about the mold house, not about the ghost house.
And that's why I'm glad that RFK Jr. is going to put mold in every house.
Right. So then it's not a problem because you have no other option.
If we all have mold, nobody has mold.
Exactly. Right. And none of us can tell, you know, if the other person is hallucinating or if it's us.
And it builds up an immunity to mold, but immunity causes autism, which causes podcast competition.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a bold claim.
I
don't know if I'm going to wade in.
You're not going to touch that one?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the one to be talking about moles.
Oh my God. You know what happened when we talked about wind chill?
Yeah. We got complaints. Yeah, so that's some shenanigans, some ghost shenanigans in
Ireland.
In Ireland. Yeah. No, I don't know. Unless they're still feeling the effects of the mold.
Could be.
Well, but throwing stuff, that's not hallucinating. That's like the thing was thrown. You know what I mean? Like there's independent confirmation that occurred.
Honestly, what I would do is when the ghost throws shit, I'd just start yelling Kobe and then it'd get really annoyed and stop.
What if you threw shit back?
What if you had a ghost that would just like kept like crumpling up paper on your desk and trying to sink 6 shots into the trash can?
I think it would depend. I mean, it would be annoying. Don't get me wrong, but if like
It was important.
if his shot rate was like sufficiently high, like if he sank it often enough, I think there'd be something kind of.
He'd either need to
cool
sink it
that.
all the time, and this is a male ghost, obviously, because I've never seen a woman yell Kobe and try to throw a fucking piece of paper in a trash can. But if he sinks it a lot, like 95% plus, and they're impressive shots, and that's cool, or he has to sink it like never. It can't be like he sinks it like 40% of the time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that might be tolerable.
No, that wouldn't be bad or good enough. It has to be really bad or really good.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Well, you would think that, like, because this is pretty, as you say, a pretty common, manifestation of the paranormal, of ghosts, poltergeist, spirits, throwing shit around. Like, rent that shit out, put Airbnb that, right? Like,
yeah,
there are people that would love to have that experience, like that, because that's not something everyone gets to experience.
It's true.
Depending whether they have alcoholic family members or not, you don't get shit thrown around the house.
I mean, it's Ireland.
Yeah, that's probably pretty common. All right, ready for the next one?
Hell yeah.
Okay. This comes to us from Express US, or the Express US.
The Express US. Finally, a place that we could get our news expressly. Usually, I'm tired of waiting for the fucking Telegraph.
No, I mean, it takes forever.
It takes, I think, like a month. By the way, did you know Abraham Lincoln died?
No.
Yeah.
When was this?
They capped him. Some fucking theater kid capped him.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
The Express US by James Deesborough.
Man, Deesborough.
Yep. The jokes write themselves.
I know. It's so easy. It's like we're batting 1,000.
Right. Intergalactic entity who speaks through human says aliens will arrive in 3 years.
Nice. 2027, same as my 10-year college anniversary.
Yeah.
Probably not going.
You think it's no because of the aliens?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah. World famous celebrity outer space expert and communicator with ETs has predicted that the Earth will learn that quote, we are not alone within 3 years.
Let's hear who the celebrity is.
I was going to say, take a guess, because I have never heard of a celebrity outer space expert and communicator with ETs.
All right, I'm going to guess.
You're not going to get. I mean,
no, I think I got this one. one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably about time for a rebrand for him. R. Kelly.
Oh shit, you're right. Actually,
yeah, it's how he's clear. He's going to clear his name.
Good guess.
It's going to be like I was possessed by an alien.
Yep.
And it's legal on their planet. I don't agree with that, but it is.
No, it's Daryl Anka.
Daryl Anka.
So, world famous outer space expert.
Anka heads
Daryl
rise
Anka.
up.
Yeah. His first album was pretty good, but then after that, I don't know. I feel like he sort of sold out.
Daryl Anka.
It went a little too pop. Intergalactic entity Bashar is warning mankind that ETs will descend and prove that, quote, there is no doubt we are not alone. Bashar.
Right. Bashar.
That's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're aware of famous Bashars, Jason, but I've got some bad news. I don't know if you want to compliment. Bashar al-Assad, the recently deposed dictator of Syria,
Oh shit!
That was
you're
all
right.
over the news.
Yeah.
Like a very, very like well-known guy.
How's his name spelled? This is
B.
Bashar.
I think it's the same way. Let me check. Might be
Okay.
Bashir actually. Let me check. I think it's Bashar though.
Right.
Yeah, it's Bashar. Jason.
Oh shit.
He was Bashar al-Assad was born on 9/11, 1965, but he was born on that's coincidence.
Isn't he an optometrist?
He was an optometrist in London because his brother was supposed to be the dictator, and then he died in a car accident.
Right. Yeah, and he was supposed to be the more like liberal.
Probably was
less
like
dictatorial, but like didn't really work out. Anyway, this isn't.
Listen, obviously he's really popular because he was reelected with 95% of the vote in 2021, and that's legit.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I retract my statement. Boo,
Exactly.
Bashar. The staggering prediction comes from Bashar's human channel, Daryl Anka, who says that his alien pal has foreseen major past moments in history.
I mean, anyone can foresee a past. It's not foreseeing something if it's a past moment. That's the thing, right? Like, I can foresee 9/11 right now, 23 years ago.
I'm foreseeing the Black Plague in 15th century Europe.
God.
Bashar, who hails from an alternate dimensional planet located 500 light years away, called sorry, there's a mouthful here. Esasani, communicated the bombshell information through Anka. ESSASSANI.
Do you ever wonder if people who say things like this are just kind of making up words that sound like alien-y?
Are you suggesting this isn't true?
I'm a bit skeptical here, Jason.
that this
I think this might be one of your CIA plots to take down the UFO movement. It's like how, like, you know how you give yourself an alien name?
No.
Fuck. All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right. You know how you give yourself an alien name? Like, you just mix up the
sure
names. So, like, my alien name is Wardani Clem, right?
Okay.
Because he's mixed up like Andrew Michael.
Yeah. No, I follow it.
It's just like made up alien-y noises.
Right. Well, and Bashar apparently is a real name.
It is definitely a real name.
It just, like, to maybe Western ears sounds exotic or weird, but it's definitely a real name. And I also like how...
Again, I think most people were aware of the recent incidents involving people named Bashar.
I just forgot that was his name. I also like how alternate dimensional planet, and then it's not described, or like, what does that even mean? It's not.
It's a planet in an alternate dimension. What are you not getting, Jason?
Well, no, I guess I'm just slow. In a rare
dementia setting in.
In a rare on-camera exclusive media interview, Anka insists that our universal guest will not harm humans, but try to heal the troubled planet. Anka insists his conscience was connected 40 years ago to Bashar through meditation, and his duty is to service believers with knowledge about life beyond our stars, no matter the trolling and social media backlash. Well, that's a lot in that sentence.
We're not going to give any trolling or social media backlash. I just want to know, Bashar, the aliens, they have big tits.
Let me scroll.
I don't know if he says.
The out of this world insight began with Bashar stating the proof of extraterrestrial Again, there's
Nothing
lots
about
of
their tits.
extraterrestrials could be 36 months away. Basically, sometime before the end of 2026 or the beginning of 27, there'll be some particular incident or event that has to do with helping humanity understand we're not alone. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing about tits.
I think that'll help them get their message out.
It might. Now, he's not saying what that is, but it has to do with the idea that within the next 5 years or so, we are actually going to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we're not alone.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't see. Yeah, it doesn't really. Oh, here, Bashar predicted both the 9/11 attacks and Donald Trump's impact on global politics before he even ran for the White House.
Well, he ran for president in 2000, so.
Right. Yes.
So I don't think it was before.
No. No, I don't think so either. We're examining, exploring a lot of things positively and negatively. We are in the process of choosing what we really prefer to move forward in. Everyone will make a different choice, and everyone will experience a different reality. Can you tell me what that?
Everyone will make a
even
different
mean?
choice, and everyone will experience a different reality. That's like That's like what I'm gonna say when I ask people what they want for dinner now.
Right. Or even worse, when someone asks me. Well, there'll be different reality and different choices.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I ate a slice of pizza. I had a type of pizza today. It's called a grandma slice. You do exist in a different reality after that.
Is it like big or little? Like,
it's a square slice of pizza. It's a thick square slice, a Sicilian slice. And it's like normal pizza, but it's like striped with basil pesto.
Oh,
it's real good.
Yeah, that does actually sound pretty good.
Yeah, shout out. I'm not gonna say my local pizza place. That'll let me get doxxed. You motherfuckers can't catch me. Assassinate me while I'm eating a slice. Usually I get their buffalo chicken slice, but maybe I've said too much.
I'm going to skip a little bit here because, again, like, there's several paragraphs with roughly that sort of tone, not really explaining anything in detail. ... In a lighthearted moment, he, Anka, scoffed at many fans' suggestions, asking why he doesn't ask his buddy from the future for sports predictions. He doesn't ask his buddy from the future for sports predictions or letter numbers to become rich.
That's like his buddy from the future.
I believe they mean lottery.
Yeah.
So not letter numbers, lottery numbers.
Bashar's sports predictions are just like the Giants are going to suck. Shout out to my boys in blue.
Helpful. Yeah, come on. Anka fired back. The Bashar, while predicting futures, will not simply give humans lottery numbers, as it is irrelevant to the importance of life.
That's not true. Money is very relevant to the importance of life.
Exactly.
Because the thing is, you use money to buy drugs, and that's relevant. And so like that's the thing.
To buy mold-infested properties.
But also,
you do not.
Well, I was talking about the Giants for a second, and then it will stop the sports quarter. Giants are the only team in the NFL who has not won a game at the Giants' home stadium this season.
Man.
That's my team. That's my team.
To wrap it up, you do not need to win lottery to find passion in life. It is not about the quick ride, but going through the process to gain gratitude and appreciation.
It's like eating pussy.
Everyone has a different light pattern. Yeah. So I guess they're coming. Which sort of doesn't answer. Like, so what have we been seeing? There's no like UFO canon.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, well, it's definitionally unidentified.
Well, and everyone jumps in with their own take, and so presumably all this other stuff he doesn't even say whether
Yeah, he doesn't even talk about
the past and current sightings if they
Yeah.
mean anything or right. No, and if aside from like, okay, if you're from the future, never mind like sports or lottery numbers, but like give us some tech, buddy. Like
Yeah.
give us some cold fusion or something, or
Give me a shrink ray.
Right.
As long as it has a grow ray. Yeah.
Shit we can do. Right, yeah. No, like, yeah, they could certainly do that because that would help
real.
people. But
so let me get hammered and drive a flying car because, like, you've already cured car accidents. There's probably an automatic, like, doctor on the dashboard that just unkills you so you can drive as hammered as you want.
Right. Well, you use the shrink ray and you get so little that, like, that the force of the impact, like, doesn't
that would be fun
you.
if car accidents didn't matter, right? Driving would be so fun. So here's the thing. I was thinking about this. This is a bit I'm working on, but it's like very unfinished for stand-up. Little peek behind the curtain about drunk driving, which is this. Drunk driving's bad, right? Drunk driving's bad. But have you ever been in the car with someone who's pulling it off? Right? Like, it's really impressive.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's an edgy take.
It's true. It's true. If you most people, somebody who's good at drunk driving, they shouldn't do it. But when you're in the car with them, you're like, oh my God, this is actually the coolest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Dude, I'm old enough to remember when there wasn't drunk driving laws.
Hell yeah, the good old days.
Right. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted back then. Back in the 80s. Yeah. Right. All right. Do you need a break or anything, or should I go on to the? All right. Sorry, I'm bringing it up. Now we'll do the Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on to our famous paranormal advice segment.
Very important. Very important. People are out there clamoring for us.
Just clamoring. The clamor.
I can't hear myself think under the clamor.
For all the clamor. Yeah, just so much clamor.
There's only so much clamor a man can take.
Right. This, as usual, comes to us from Reddit, r/paranormal encounters. This has been penned by XX Kings of Diablo XX.
Nice. So we know it's legit.
No, it's a bitchin' name.
Cool as fuck.
Yeah. This one's a little long, so I'll try to read it quickly here so we can get down to the helping.
Yeah, let's go.
Weird thing that happened to me and my wife years ago.
Awesome.
I do expect to get the okay, you're dumb posts, but that's why I'm here. Lowell posted this in Alien Encounters and got a post about them thinking it's dumb. But I'm not here to write a story, just to tell the few odd things that happened this night.
That's literally why you're there. That's what the story is.
I have no idea. Something that happened to me and my wife about 9 years ago, maybe 10. This happened at the start of mine and my wife's relationship. We're going for a walk and we see a strange light in the sky hovering over the train tracks. This was before drones were big, so a personal drone was pretty cool.
Yeah, there were only a few of them around. It was early 2010s.
There were definitely
Barack Obama was in the White House. It was different. He had the coolest drones.
Different time. Right. It had red, green, and yellow lights on the bottom. We keep walking and think literally nothing of it. Oh, little backdrop to the area. We're also within a mile of an airport.
Can I add? Don't planes have red, green, and yellow lights on the bottom?
Yeah. Well, that's what. I think I mentioned that before because I worked. My only experience with aircraft is working at I worked for several years, like loading cargo.
He worked
So
at the
beyond that, like nothing
TSA.
exciting.
He worked at the TSA
Yeah.
at LAX from August to September of 2001.
Because
He was pretty chill.
Right, yeah. Um, no, I'm just saying, like, I don't claim to know anything else about airplanes other than I can attest to, like, what color the lights are, because it's FAA regulations that one side is red and the other side's green,
Yeah.
and then it'll have, like, white running lights,
Yeah,
like,
which
on
would
the
look yellow and
fuselage.
certain, like, yeah, so this was in fact just a
Right.
plane, and he's going to spend several paragraphs.
Right. Well, and even like the drone sightings we talked about last week, that are still like
They're still
in
happening.
the news today.
Don't abduct my dad.
Yeah, people have noted that, like, for aliens they do conform to FAA regulations.
Actually, I take back
now
the
there's some thinking.
yeah, I take back the comment for the aliens about don't abduct my dad, because I do think if anyone in my family could handle being abducted, it's probably my dad.
Well, I guess it depends on what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just give a blanket approval.
If
or
you abduct
disapproval.
my dad, be cool.
Right. If they're going to go, like, teach them, show them around, like, their civilization so we can bring back, like, medicines and, technologies to end human suffering, that's probably cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anyone wants their dad to have the technologies to end human suffering. Hear about that all the fucking time. Yeah, I guess the aliens just thought I was, like, super smart and cool, so they chose me to end human suffering,
Like, oh, Jesus Christ, Dad. It's been 10 years. We hear this literally every time we
They
talk.
like how good he is at driving after 3 martinis. They're like, that's cool as fuck, Jeff.
That's what they're looking for.
Jeff, we were watching the footage, and this was fucking sick.
Right. It was smooth. We have a train track close to where we are. I've walked it many times. This light looks like it follows the train track, then stops, and it slowly goes to the ground, and the lights go off. About 2 seconds later, the lights are back in the sky where they started, and they're following the tracks again. And again, lowering to the ground, then lights off. This happens maybe 4 to 6 times, I forgot, over the years, but 100% at least 3 times, most likely closer to 5.
Okay, so 5 or 6 or 3, but probably 5, maybe
5.
4.
Could be.
Okay.
7?
I don't think 7's on the table. I think it's 2, maybe, probably not 2, maybe 3, possibly 4, probably 5, could be 6.
Yeah, hard to say.
Who knows?
At this point, I'm talking to my wife and say, look, this very, very weird drones in public hands can't follow the same path like this without fail to the dot 4 times in a row. Again, could be 5, probably closer to 5, could be 3.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Has to be something advanced. I'm literally telling her I want to go on the train track to where the light was lowering, get a picture of an alien. Lol. She gives in and we go walk to the tracks, maybe half a mile away.
I feel like if you get near a UFO, you're going to get cancer. That's my thing.
I don't know.
Radiation.
Yeah.
The aliens probably come with suits, so they don't get it. But I'm sure they don't really care.
Or just physiologically, that's not.
Yeah, I'm sure they have weird diseases. Like they have like weird diseases that would wipe us out.
That we don't. Yeah, and we have diseases that we can handle, but would kill them.
Yeah.
Spoiler
that's why maybe we should hope the aliens don't have big tits.
Yeah. Right. It'd just be too tempting.
I mean, for real.
Because who knows? Yeah. We walk to that direction, make a left. Okay. I'm trying to like.
Yeah, it's really, really going deep here.
Getting, we see 2 very, very tall people holding hands with long necks.
Gross. Hate talls.
Yeah. This is they got close, they followed to where it was. As we walk to these tall ass fucking people, all of a sudden they're just That's that's not me. That's not my commentary.
Oh, I know. It's just the way you said it. All right. All right, I'm good.
As we walk to these two tall ass fucking people, all of a sudden, they're just two deer and they're running at us.
Now the way
To
you
get
said
to
it
us.
differently that time. You didn't sound like their asses
Well, I
were what was
couldn't
tall, but
remember.
that's okay.
You were right. When the deer get to us, one of us breaks right, one goes left, up the hill into the tracks.
You know, aliens disguising themselves as deer, that is a common thing. The not deer.
Yeah?
Yeah. A lot of people think it's just deer with wasting disease, though.
Could be. I guess wasting disease, that's been around for a bit. 10 years ago, I think, probably.
Yeah. No, the wasting disease has been
Probably
around for literally, it's a disease deer get, you know?
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. He goes on a little more, but yeah, that's pretty much. We say whatever, keep walking. Long story short, we don't find shit, don't find anything like a landing site or anything cool at all. Was kind of bummed out.
But we saw
shit, if this
2
didn't
to
freak us out.
9 lights.
Right.
All right, so clearly,
So-
clearly, I mean, he's describing something that conformed to FAA regulations, so clearly that's
Right.
part of it. But, yeah, don't walk right up to the alien ship. Don't walk right up to, like, the plane that you don't know
Right.
what it is either, because, like, you're going to get shot, or you're going to get cancer, or you're going to get abducted.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine
3 worse things to happen on a Tuesday,
Especially
especially if you got all 3 at once.
Oh, man, that would suck. Get cancer shot.
Cancer shot during an alien abduction.
Fuck, man.
They're like, we need to test what cancer bullets
Terrible.
do to you guys. Oh, they give you cancer and hurt.
That'd be it. Yeah, that's awful.
They
Fucking
seem to do
aliens.
this to everyone. I don't know why we made these.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What exactly would that be for?
Really? We thought someone would like it.
Yeah. I don't know. People just keep dying. Well, guess we'll try again.
Yeah. But no, interesting story. I don't know. Like, my advice is don't do what you tried to do.
Right. Yeah. No, the thing about the deer, that's kind of makes me think he just saw deer.
Yeah. I mean, that interests me because, again,
but-
like deer with UFO sightings, it is kind of a common pairing. Like deer that kind of like don't quite look or act right or walk right.
No.
So that is interesting, but overall, I'm not necessarily super convinced by the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think this is anything like real aliens, but it is weird, and sounds like he had a fun night. So I guess good for him.
It's all that matters.
Something to do.
Well, you know what, Jason? Speaking of fun nights, let's take this fucking thing home with the final story.
All right. Let's land this plane.
Fuck yeah.
With its FAA regulated lights.
Call us Sully.
Yep. You can call me Mulder. No, that's Scully. Never mind. Cut that out later.
Definitely. I'll remember that.
Yeah. Our final story today comes to us from The Guardian.
Hell
by
yeah.
Maricela Harun.
All right.
Experience. I was viciously attacked by a group of otters.
It's not funny. It actually sounds horrifying, but all right, let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna try. I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
It's hard not to laugh.
Yeah, I will be empathetic as a presidential candidate.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a comedy podcast.
Yeah,
so
I am a candidate for president of the United States, so I got to be empathetic. So let's go.
Yeah. All right. I started running 3 years ago as part of my daily fitness routine.
Okay. You don't need to brag.
I wonder. I was gonna say, does it matter? Like,
I like to run. Look at me. I'm so fucking. Get skinny like the rest of us by not eating.
Like you were outside. Like
just get skinny like I did by hating myself. You know, like
right. Meth. Yeah.
Exactly.
After dropping my son off at school each morning, I'd head to Perdana Park near my home in Kota Kinabalu, sorry,
Kota-
Malaysia for warm up. Kota Kinabalu, sorry.
In
Okay, Kota
Malaysia?
Kinabalu, Malaysia. Yeah.
I didn't know there were otters in Malaysia.
Oh, there are otters. They're coming for your ass.
Oh my god.
The park offered a perfect space for peaceful reflection at the start of the day.
Clearly not.
On one morning in early September, just after my run, I was surprised to spot a group of otters crossing the parking lot. I couldn't resist capturing the moment on video, marveling at how endearing these
Yeah,
small
you don't have
creatures
the
seemed.
right to fucking film them,
Right.
lady. That's the
Now we're
thing.
seeing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I do have to empathize though, because this has got to be one of the most traumatic things to happen to anyone on a morning of September.
Yeah, I can't imagine
yeah,
anything
worse.
possibly
Specifically, no,
that could
like
have happened. It was the first time I had seen otters in the park, and I sent the video to my friends, gushing about how adorable they were. They are pretty cute.
they are.
I do like,
But
I do
no,
like
but
a
like
good
they're
otter.
fucking crazy. Like I've
But
seen
they're
otters. 'Cause
wild
I worked at a
animals.
summer
Oh,
camp
yeah.
in Wisconsin one year, and like they had
Right.
otters running around.
No,
Not a
Right.
bunch, but like you'd see them, and
Mhm.
like you could just tell by their body language, like they're shifty animals.
Yeah. Little did I realize that the footage would soon go viral for reasons I couldn't have anticipated.
Wait, this video out there? Wait, let's watch the video. Do you gotta watch the video?
I don't think the videos included.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. All right,
Holy
wait.
shit, this is way long. Oh, never mind. It's not that one.
Hold on one second.
Did you find the?
I think so. What's the woman's last name?
Harun, Harun.
All right, no, it's not her. She said this was in or Harun.
Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah. Kota
Malaysian
Kinabalu.
woman attacked by a gang of otters. All right, looks like this might be kind of a bloody video, but fuck it.
Oh, it's bloody. Yeah, it's gonna be bloody.
All right, you gonna watch it?
You've already started it. Let's see.
A jogger, Maria
That's a lot
Sela
of
Haroon,
otters.
was left injured and bloodied after being attacked by a group of otters in a Malaysian park. The attack occurred at Perdana Park in Tanjung Aru, Sabah, when Maria Sela spotted
attack.
creatures emerging from a drain at around 6:10 a.m. Thinking they were
It's
harmless,
showing it
she
is-
continued running.
You're
but the
seeing the otters, but yeah, no, this is not
It is
actually footage of
literally-
the attack.
Literally a gang of otters.
Yeah, no, it is a large group of otters, but no attack footage.
Oh shit! On September 11th this year, I arrived at the park, ready to begin my usual routine.
It would be really
September
funny
11th.
if this did happen on 9/11, like 2001, and she had to wait like 20 years to write the op-ed because she was like, I just can't complain
Right.
about it. I can't vent about it.
Right. She gets home and it's like, you're never going to believe. And then everyone's watching the TV. Fuck. Now I got to wait.
You know who I feel bad for? Anybody who planned to break up with someone on September 12th.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking to be like, right? Like, that's be a lot of people.
I actually, on the September 11th, that was my first day at a new job.
So you got to go home real early.
No.
Where was it?
No, it was like in the evening, a part-time job with FedEx.
Okay.
It was
yeah.
loading,
They're not
like
going to
sorting
stop.
packages. No, they don't give a fuck.
Weird first day.
But it's my first day, so to have to
Imagine
aside from being,
going in and
like
the first thing
pretty-
you say to your coworkers is just like, "How was your morning?"
Well, I don't know if
How about this morning, huh?
you were probably pretty good. They were like, the towers went down in the morning, but like we didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew. Probably for like it took a while for things to like calm down, where people weren't. You were just on edge, like, and there were all kinds of rumors and
Yeah.
so people there were like listening to their headsets, and that someone ran by and said like, they did it again, and there was some rumor about like an attack somewhere else, and that ended up not being true, but like we were there at fucking a FedEx facility.
Of course. Well, now,
Like
and,
so it was a fucked up like week.
and of course,
even being nowhere near New York.
now we're like past all the rumors of it, and we know
Right.
who did
Exactly.
it definitively. I don't even need to say it. You don't even need to say it. It was. I mean, should I say it? We might get in trouble if I tell the truth about it on the air.
We may as well.
All right.
I mean, what are we for if not telling the truth?
That's
right?
true. I mean, making money. I mean, money, bitches, weed is what we're for. But yeah, we should also probably tell the truth sometimes. Fat stacks. Fat stacks. Speaking of fat stacks, 2 fat stacks fell 23 years ago. So that was a real bad day for us. Some would say it was our 9/11. But now, obviously, it was done by Sam Raimi to sell Spider-Man tickets. Because he made that you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us scene at the end of the movie. And he was like, oh shit, this doesn't make sense unless 9/11 happens. So then he had to go to flight school, get the parachute.
Wait, that was the second Spider-Man, though.
No, that was the first Spider-Man. The second Spider-Man, they carry him out of the train like he's Jesus. The first Spider-Man, there's a scene where they're fighting, and then they go, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Yeah, like the crowd in New York. That's Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2, you're thinking of the scene of the train scene. Yeah, Spider-Man 1 had the Green Goblin. The you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us scene is Spider-Man 1. It's at the end.
Okay. Gotcha. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. Shit, what were we talking about? Oh, that's right. September 11th this year, arrived at the park, ready to begin my usual routine. Air was still, path was empty, blah, blah, blah. My feet hit the ground at a steady pace and all seemed serene until something shot out from the drain beside me and a sharp, searing pain erupted in my foot. At first, I thought I must have startled a stray cat. By the time I realized what had actually bitten me, more otters were pouring out from the drain and sinking their teeth into my feet.
Oh my god.
Dude, this sounds horrific.
This is so horrible. Awful. But
this actually does.
It sounds really horrible.
How terrifying. Oh my god.
Some things are like so horrible that it is actually funny.
And it's going around.
Like imagine one of your coworkers, imagine being at work and your coworker comes in and like their legs are in a cast and you're like, what happened? They're like, I got attacked by a group of otters this morning.
Otters, dude. Otters.
Office.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah. The attack was relentless. There were 10 otters in all, tearing my arms, my legs, even the back of my scalp, as though driven by some unyielding fury. She got away with words, I'll give her that. Struggled shielding my face as best I could for what felt like 5 agonizing minutes until a couple rushed to help. The wife found an abandoned paint pot and swung it at the otters in an attempt to fend them off, only for some to turn on her and her husband instead.
Oh my god!
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
This is a true animal uprising.
Yeah. As the otters shifted their attention, a third jogger dashed over to help me to escape the area.
How many otters do you think you could fight at a time?
Shit, I don't know, man.
I think I could take 3 otters.
Certainly not 10. Yeah.
I'm coming out pretty scathed and needing some shots afterwards. Both like rabies shots and like liquor. But like I feel like the key is, this is gross, but just like step on their little heads, right? Just step really hard on their heads.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, I don't know.
Not to be graphic.
No. The video that these otters though, because there's like river otters, then ocean otters.
This is the first I'm hearing of ocean otters, Jason.
She doesn't make a distinction here.
They look big,
probably for good reason. She didn't.
Yeah,
they were good size otters.
But like they're like how much do these otters probably weigh? What, like 15, 20 pounds at the most?
That sounds right.
Like high end. Like I'm 150 pounds. If I step on an otter's head, it's like even that size,
Oh yeah, no, that's good. Yeah,
it's not like they're like my 80-pound dog, where it's like, yeah, it's like a fair fight.
Right.
But no, I think I could take 3 otters. And then I need a break, and then I could take 2 more. I need to regen.
I need a Gatorade.
Yeah. Need a Gatorade and a wank.
As the otters shifted their attention, a third jogger dashed over to help me escape the area where people gathered, drawn by the commotion. The park security guard arrived, wielding an iron rod to frighten the animals away. I don't know if frightening the animals is the purpose of the iron rod.
That's the move. That's exactly how you calm them down, is you frighten them.
Right. You frighten them by bashing them in the head.
Clearly, all right, but clearly this is a common enough thing there that they have an otter rod.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing.
Yes. Yeah. She describes her wounds. That was pretty much the extent of the attack. So it took a few people to disperse the otters. She was dispatched to the hospital. Doesn't say how many casualties the otters suffered. Tetanus and rabies shots. She stays in touch with the people that helped rescue her. But yes, this is terrifying.
Horrible.
Just absolutely horrible.
And I as much as I was cracking up before, it is a little fun. It's a little funny.
It's funny.
It's like that exact intersection of horrifying and funny.
Right.
I live in New York. The rats are going to take me one day.
Yeah. Well, shit. People out here get killed by bears and moose all the time.
Dude, like, sometimes in New York, you'll see a rat running, and you'll just stare at that spot for a bit, and there'll be a truly, like, infinite number of rats just running. Like, it feels like you're watching a glitch.
Yeah, see, that's what...
It's mesmerizing.
Right.
Kind of love it.
The horde of smaller creatures, I think, bothers me more than, like, the one larger. Because I've seen people... Boy, I'm giggling thinking about it now. A bicyclist being attacked by an elk.
That's pretty funny.
And attacked being wasn't like goring him, but was sort of acting aggressively. And then the bicyclist like getting off and holding their bike as kind of a shield, and that's got to be scary as shit for the cyclists. But I would rather be in that situation than be in a situation where I have to deal with like 10 otters or like 100 rats. The sort of swarming mass, I think, bothers me more.
Yeah, you know what the worst situation to be in of all, though?
What's that?
Being someone who doesn't follow us wherever they get their podcasts.
That's right. I can't imagine.
Underworld News Tonight, wherever you get your podcasts. You could also follow us on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You can follow me on social media, Andrew Michaels Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm most active on TikTok. If that goes away, I'm going to be more active on Instagram and YouTube. Probably YouTube a little more than Instagram because my boss follows me on Instagram, so I can't post all my funniest jokes.
Right.
But there was a slight, not as many jokes on there lately because I was low-key depressed for a bit. Now I'm good. We're going to get right back in the swing of that. Jason, you are on social media.
I am. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky as Jason V. Strong. I use Blue Sky a little more. Well, actually, a lot more.
Yeah, I got to get on that.
And you can follow our podcast there.
Jason,
on Blue Sky as well.
We gotta. It's the holidays. What can we say to these people to get them into the spirit of the season?
That's an excellent question, Andrew. I've been thinking about that. I'm and now in retrospect, I'm not sure that our final story before the holidays is about an otter attack. I don't know if that sets the tone we want people going into the festivities next week, but I think as our friend Bashar said through what's his name, the Daryl Anka, we're all light. We're all full of light. We all make our choices, and we all make our own reality.
Yes, and the other thing is, drunk driving goes way up during the holidays. And like I said, don't do it. But if you're gonna do it, make it impressive.
Yeah. That's right. Like a school of fish.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.